Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about how to prepare for SD roles in HFT firms. I will try to cover the interview preparation resources for both SD1 and SD2 roles. And based on how this video performs, I will also create more videos around how to apply in the HFT firms and how to write LinkedIn messages, how to structure your resume for whenever you are applying for roles in high frequency trading firms. So let's jump into it. So the very first thing is that you need very strong knowledge of data structures and algorithms. So LeetCode and Geeks for Geeks are perfect platform for that. Although in my case, I also practice a lot from Spoj and Codeforces. But again, LeetCode and Geeks for Geeks are enough. The second thing is that you need very strong knowledge of C++. You need to know what are the best practices in C++, what are the common pitfalls in C++, how to write very performant and low latency programs in C++. By low latency programs, I mean that the softwares or programs whose end-to-end latency is within few microseconds or nanoseconds. So for C++, I mostly referred the effective C++ book series by Scott Myers. Like Scott Myers is a pioneer author in the domain of C++. He has written this whole effective C++ book series. Like one of them is Effective Modern C++ by Scott Myers. The other is this Effective C++ by Scott Myers. And then another book is this one, More Effective C++ by Scott Myers. Then there is a book around Effective C++ STL by Scott Myers. So, even I have not read all of these books completely, but I have read basically the parts which are very important as from the interview perspective, like the chapters around templates, move semantics in C++, smart pointers, and type reduction and all those things. So I'll actually in the description section of this video, I'll write all the names of all these books. And apart from that, for C++, I also referred a lot of talks which are uploaded on CPPCon. Like they are around how basically how you can write a lot of performance software in C++. Like one of the very important talk is this one by Herb Sutter, which explains the modern C++ style. Then there are a lot of talks by Scott Myers as well in the CPPCon, and like there is this one talk as well around lock-free programming. That is how you can write multi-threaded programs without using locks or semaphores, and how you can write a very performant multi-threaded program. So this was all about C++. The second thing is that you need a very good knowledge of object-oriented programming. So for object-oriented programming, like whatever they teach you in college is enough to get a basic understanding. But after when you have got a basic understanding, you should try to basically grasp the common design patterns, the common object-oriented design patterns. So for reading the design patterns, I referred one of the books, which is Headfirst Design Patterns, which is published by O'Reilly. So this is basically written in Java, but like it very clearly explains all the design patterns and basically the driving force behind that particular design pattern, and in which use cases that particular design pattern is applicable. After reading this book, I also read the design patterns, that is Elements of Reusable Object-Oriented Program Software by Gang of Four. Now this book has been completely written in C++, but before reading this book, it is better to read a simpler book, because this particular book is like not for beginner programmers. I mean, it requires a lot of brain power to understand what they are explaining, and it contains, this Gang of Four contains a lot more design patterns than what are given in the Headfirst Design Patterns book. Okay, but again, both of these two books are like brilliantly written. And apart from that, for object-oriented programming, I also practiced it from this course, the Grokking the Object-Oriented Design Interview course, which is there on educative.io. Like it has some low-level design interview questions. So I practiced this. It is not a free course. It is a paid course, as you can see here. But again, this course is good. Now, after object-oriented programming, you need good knowledge of computer networks as well. Operating systems. So for operating systems, again, whatever they teach you in the college in your coursework is enough. In our college, they used to teach this book, which is Operating System Concepts by Peter V. Galvin and Abraham Silberschutz. So this book is a very famous and renowned book. It is taught in a lot of universities, and like it contains the whole core of operating systems. Whatever is important from the interview perspective, it is all there in this particular book. So this book is very important, and everyone should read this book once. And once you have read this book, whenever next time you are appearing for an OS in an interview which requires knowledge of operating system, you can quickly revise it from this particular website. I will link the link of this website in the description section of the video. Like it contains the notes which are taken from this Galvin book only. Okay, so again, So this covers your operating system. The other thing is that you need good knowledge of computer networks. So for computer networks, again, whatever they teach you in your college in the coursework is enough. But apart from that, I referred this course, which is the Bits and Bytes of Computer Networking, which is given on Coursera, which is developed by Google. It is a very good course and it explains computer network in details. Like it starts from beginner and takes you to an intermediate level. Apart from that, I also referred this course, which is TCP/IP and Advanced Topics by University of Colorado. So this explains the TCP/IP layer in very detail. What are the common algorithms there which are used for congestion and flow control and all that. So this particular course is also good. Like for HFT interviews, you need a good knowledge of TCP/IP and UDP things because they are also used a lot in production environment there. And after computer networks, like you also need good knowledge of computer architecture. Like I did not prepare much around computer architecture, and fortunately in my interviews I also did not face any questions around it. But again, that is also important from this interview perspective in HFT firms. So this mostly covers all the resources which you need for preparing for your interview. Apart from that, I also read some books around system design. I mean, system design is not required from the interview perspective of HFT firms, but again, I was also applying to some other for SD2 roles in some other firms, and I also like to read about large scale distributed systems. So for system design, this particular book is brilliant, which is Designing Data Intensive Applications. It not just prepares you for the interviews, but it also helps you in writing or developing large scale distributed systems which can face very huge traffic in production environment. Apart from that, for system design, I also practiced it from this Grokking the System Design interview, which is there on Educative.io. Again, not a free course, and I practiced it from this course as well, Grokking the Advanced System Design interview. Apart from that, I read a lot of company engineering blogs like Netflix tech engineering blog, Instagram tech engineering blog, Uber tech engineering blogs, and a lot of other as well. I mean, I read a lot of AWS engineering blogs as well. And then there is a free repository on GitHub, that is System Design Primer. It also has a lot of information around system design. Again, system design is not very much important from HFT firm's point of interview, but again, I practiced and developed a good knowledge around it just in case I get unlucky in the interview. So that was all I had for this particular video. Thank you guys for watching. Just please do not forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you all next time.